So the Grain Centre was built in 2016. Leading up to that, we saw a need that there was room for another grain centre in the valley with more farmers growing grain, and we just wanted to help serve them better and serve ourselves as well. The need, I guess, to be honest, at the time was, basically ourselves at the time. We were growing a lot of grain, sending it to other facilities. Those other facilities were getting full and not enough room. So I guess at the time we decided that we were going to build a grain centre, and the decision was to either build it for ourselves or also take other customers, and we decided to do it with other customers and grow it from there. And in all honesty, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the customers that we have. The main grains we process here are wheat, soybeans, and corn. So the average year of the last 6 years would range anywhere between 14 and 18,000 ton a year through here, just depending on the season and the yield that farmers are giving. The farmer is bringing in product. They weigh in here on the scale beside us. We sample the grain, test it for moisture and what we would call the grade of the grain. The farmer goes around, he unloads through the unloader, and then comes back around, weighs back out. We give him a slip with the weight and the grade of the grain. If there's a load to be picked up, the truck comes in, weighs in empty, goes around, gets loaded, comes back in on the scale, gets sampled so we can guarantee what we say that grade of that grain is. He's weighed back out and he's on the way to the farm. Windcrest Farms, we are a third generation farm. My grandfather started the farm after World War II when he returned home. Later on, transferred that farm over to my father, who grew it, mainly focused on dairy. And then when my wife and I, Amanda, bought out the farm from my father, we also kept growing the dairy and also got heavily involved in the grain industry. I think agriculture is super important. I think the general public, for the most part, has lost touch with how important agriculture is. Everybody eats every single day of their life, or we would hope that they could. And we just need to understand where the food comes from and food security. And for us here in the Annapolis Valley especially, we are incredibly fortunate on the farms and the diverse farms that we have. We can pretty much sustain ourselves. And the part of that too, I firmly believe, is processing of those commodities. We really need to have processing in our local area to process all those different types of crops.